96% of American women wake up in the morning and do not feel beautiful. Let's say today you are taking my 23-year-old daughter to coffee. And of course, it has to be a bougie place because you've got to get pictures of it all to post on your Insta story.
Yeah.
But what would you say to her today?
Yeah. Well, I think my favorite thing to tell young women is if you died tomorrow, this is like kind of morbid, but like if everyone got up at your funeral and said, wow, she was so hot, like she was so beautiful, like she was so, like her body on spring break was so, like it was bomb, like you'd be like, that's the worst funeral ever. Like, please, I need a read fund. Like, I talk about my character, talk about my kindness, talk about my humor, talk about the way you saw love, gentleness, goodness, and faithfulness in me. And so if that's the legacy you want, then that's the legacy you should be working towards. And so I've like, at the end of the day, like my looks, like there will always be someone in the world's terms prettier than me. And I can't control if I'm the prettiest girl in the room, but I can be the kindest. I can be the most inclusive. I can bear the fruit of the spirit and make someone see the goodness of Christ. And so, and that's beautiful. And like the way I love, and if I focus on loving instead of trying to prove that I'm worth loving, that is a legacy worth living. And so I love to tell girls that, like, okay, you know what? Maybe your ex-boyfriend left you for someone who's quote unquote hotter. There's nothing you can do about it. Some people might think she's prettier, but at the end of the day, you're beautiful because of the way you live and this Christ inside you. And that is a legacy you want to live. And I think that's so freeing to think, because some of this generation has grown up being like, you're the prettiest princess, like when they're 10 years old. And then they realize, wait, no, like Sarah in math class is definitely a lot prettier. But I'm like, beauty is as beauty does, you know? And like, if you have the characteristics of Christ, that is something that is worthwhile and meaningful. And that is who I want to be. Like, that's the legacy I hope to live. That if people stood up at my funeral and only talked about my looks, it would be pathetic and I'd be annoyed. And so I want to live a life where people talk about my kindness.